John, though, he's in the kitchen today with... This is perfect for Monday night.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing too much.
No
It's
faff.
easy and it's quick.
No
You
faff,
like
no fuss, just TV and chill. So yeah, I'm making a Tuscan bean and chicken casserole one-pot wonder, and it is a one-pot wonder. It's delicious.
Love it.
So in my pan here, I've got some bacon, some streaky bacon.
Right.
You could use pancetta if you can find it, but you know it's a bit posh. Just use streaky smoked bacon.
I'm
chuck
with
it
you.
in.
I'm with you.
And I've got here as well some chicken thighs. Now I know we're on the bikini promise, so if you want to take the skins off.
Yep.
Cook them first with the skin on to get the flavour out, and then if you want to take them off. But skins, you know, it's good for you. It's full of collagen. It's really...
It's all right.
It's all right. So out of the pan with the chicken once you've browned it. So just give it a lovely golden brown colour.
Okay.
And the bacon will go quite crispy and stiff, and that's exactly what you want. And that's all that gorgeous flavour. And if you are, you know, you can pour a bit of the fat out now if you want to as well.
Sure.
You know, it's completely up to you how you take it, this. So just give the bacon a bit more of a toss in the pan. And then once that's fried through, I'm going to add to that my chopped onions. Make sure you just slice them as finely as you can on the half moon. None of this fancy matchsticking nonsense. Just chop them, slice them, and then chuck them in.
And then
that's all you need to do.
Excellent.
And then just to give it a little bit of body, 2 tomatoes, just roughly chopped. So just chop them in quarters or something like that. You could use cherry tomatoes, about 4 or 5 or 6 cherry tomatoes instead of 2 normal tomatoes, and chuck those in, just halve those and chuck them in. And that's just for a bit of a base, because we don't want it to be too dense and sort of wintry.
Right. Okay.
It's a nice, light, summery broth kind of casserole, this. And to amplify the tomato in, there's just a little bit of tomato puree or tomato paste, not too much. And then all I'm going to do is add some fresh herbs. Now, usually you'd add the fresh herbs at the end, so you don't lose the flavour, but the rosemary is going to cook and infuse that liquor, and the parsley will just make it quite light.
Lovely.
So just roll the herbs together, and then with a knife, just run it over, just roughly chop them.
So what you've got there, you've got rosemary...
So rosemary and flat leaf parsley. If you like curly parsley, you know, from the 1970s, you can use that. But I do prefer flat leaf, I have to say.
Okay.
So in with the parsley, and then the alcohol, so a little bit of wine, or you could just use just all stock. You don't have to use wine in this. The wine just gives it a bit of a base. Cook that out, and then you can add the stock. But it's completely up to you again.
So you put half a wee bottle and then you drink the other half?
Yeah, exactly.
While you're cooking?
In front of the TV. Just down in one.
Very good.
A shot. In with some chicken stock, or veg stock if you prefer that. And then I'm going to add to that a little bit of salt and pepper. Try and season with every stage in cookery. So add salt with the onions and a little bit at this stage as well. But bear in mind that bacon can be quite salty.
Yeah, of course.
So don't add too much. And I'm going to chuck in some cannellini beans. These are just the cheap canned cannellini beans. Not special, not organic or anything like that. Just chuck them in. Drain them first, though, because you don't want any of the water that's been sat with them. And then all I need to do is let that come to a boil. And once that is boiling, I can then put those chicken breasts, well, not chicken breasts, I've never been a breast man, chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs.
I much prefer a thigh.
A thighs, but it's got more flavour.
It's got more flavour, it's cheaper, and breasts just go so dry so quickly. They're rubbish. Well, they're all right in salads, but I prefer a thigh for things like this because it's much more hearty. So just place the thighs back on top like that, and then they'll go really crispy and brown and cooked through, and that sauce underneath will cook that lovely, or cook the beans.
Sure.
So it's going to take about 30-40 minutes. Make sure the beans are tender. You don't want them to be too chewy, no sort of hardness to them.
Sure.
So into the oven with that for about 40 minutes, and don't put a lid on, because if you put a lid on, the chicken will go all sallow and horrible. Just leave it and it'll go golden and gorgeous and crispy, which is precisely what you want. So I'm going to give you one of my thighs, Lorraine.
Thank you.
I hope you
I
don't
can see
mind.
your thighs because you've got shorts on. They're cute.
Well, it was warm this morning.
I know.
Got up at 5:30 and it was about 17 degrees. I couldn't believe it.
Put your shorts on.
Thought I was in Greece.
Quite right too.
So a bit of broth for you there.
That looks great, is that?
And I'll give you that. I'll give you.
It looks really hearty and good. And as you said, it's not expensive.
It's not expensive
at all.
It's really not expensive. And what you can do as well is when it comes out of the oven, just give it a squeeze with some lemon as well.
It's absolutely beautiful.
And it's
really
lovely,
good.
Summery. And
Summery's good.
healthy. Like summery. Those beans are full of protein. The chicken's full of protein.
And it really, I always think with that, it makes it sort of, it bulks it out, doesn't it, the beans?
Yeah, it just ekes it out, as my mum would say. It ekes it out, makes it go further. But if you wanted to serve it with some bread and butter as well for dipping afterwards, you know.
That is brilliant.
Good.
Thank you, John.
You're very welcome.
I like your hair. It makes you look very boyish.
It's just a lazy Monday. I couldn't be bothered doing it.
It looks nice.
I couldn't put it up.